What is the future for Euro AUD? Will Euro AUD continue to upswing? Will demand continue to exceed supply? Let's look at the structure. Under Xavi FSO, Euro AUD, we want to see what lies ahead for Euro AUD exchange market. Remember, what we have here is live exchange rate of Euro with Australian dollar. So it's not just a mere figure, it's not a play card. This is money. We are talking of exchange rates. That is what we are talking about. A lot of people are still confused as to what is this. What we are talking about here, the rate at which euro will exchange Australian dollar. So, in order to have a good exchange rate, you must know how to understand the chart. You exchange euro against Australian dollar based on the performance of the chart. You know when to buy euro and when to sell AUD. You know when to sell AUD and when to buy euro. So we look at the structure from July. We have a steep descending trend line, a steep descending trend line, DTL. And shortly after, we had an eruption, a heavy bullish impulse leg, strong impulse leg. That strong impulse leg, after a breakout, price descend, create a descending trend line. And you can see resistance structure, resistance structure, resistance structure, break of a resistance structure, retest. The retest came at a double confluence where we have a descending trend line meet another descending trend line, and that was a heavy bullish um, impulse for Euro AUD. Euro went up. Euro went up excessively. So those who bought at this level are in profit for Euro. And selling here was another point that a lot of traders would have known. But we have done this chart on our daily time frame and weekly time frame and why price stopped at this level. We also cut this price action using our daily time frame, and we also look at it again today why Euro has sold off at this level. It's not a manipulation. It was already calibrated to sell at that level. It was calibrated to sell at this very level. So we also look at it. So let's look at this for educational purpose, and we look at the price action. We want to know the three or four trends that drive this market since July. The market have adopted three trends, and I will change the colors so our minds stay glued to the three trends that have driven Euro AUD in the last 4 months. We have here from July, August, September, October, November, running the year. We follow three trends: the descending trend line 1, ascending trend line 2, and ascending trend line 3. These are the three trends that will run Euro AUD till close of the year. So we would like to base our price action on the three trends. So we look at it and see what comes out of it. So the three trends are going to carry three colors. So this is an orthodox strategy to approach the market so that we will know where Euro AUD is going to. We cannot just forecast without knowing where these three trends are going to. We need to see where the break of structure will come from. Now, from the bottom, we have a long descending trend line, which is our demand floor, a strong demand floor. A strong demand floor for Euro AUD on 3 times price demonstrates a strong buying potential, and we hold you responsible in the future. The price returns here, it will be another buy. This line will keep it active for so many years to come. This line will be active even in the next 5 years. I want to see price return to this structure. I want to see price return to this structure. It doesn't matter how long it is. I want to see a return to that structure. And we would like to gauge and clone the descending trend line with a very strong price action acting as a demand floor to see what it does in the future. If you clone that floor, if you clone that floor, you realize that it's a very perfect floor. We're cloning it to see the accuracy of the floor. You see here resistance structure, resistance structure, resistance structure, resistance structure, resistance structure, breakout. Another place we expect price to return is to retest a broken supply roof. So because we are using this angle, we have three trends: descending trend line 1, ascending trend line 2, and another ascending trend line 3. So we have three trends here. So we'll continue to use them by the color code. So we're not going to change it. So for here, you can see here, you can see the price action actively. You can see it. Resistance structure, resistance structure, resistance structure, resistance structure, resistance structure, break of a supply roof. So we expect price to play back. She has to come back and tell us the meaning of this thing she has done. We want to know. She has to come back and tell us. So we have another supply roof from the clone of our demand floor. Our demand floor has given us a supply roof approaching the market using the structure of the market. It's enough. You don't need more than that. You don't need more than that. So you don't need more than that. Approaching the market using the structure. No candlestick, no indicator, only the structure of the market. So if we clone it again, because here we have an important price action, we have a break and a retest here. When you look at it, you see a continuous sell. After market went up, continuous sell, and market tried to upswing again and stop. So we're interested in this price action. And where else are we interested in? We have another price action here, and we have another price action here at the total resistance level. Here becomes the top layer roof. You see, our demand has become our supply. Where is another area we have here? Can you see? Here becomes our roof. This is the last roof on this rally. This is the last roof on this rally. This is the last roof. And we have another one which will have a structure at this level. We have a structure at this level. And if you look here, you will find out there is a rejection at this level. Where price touch this level, it coincides with this. And wherever it touched it, it dropped, broke the structure and continued uptrending. So let's get this off in order not to make things complex. And we are only interested in trend line that have character. How many times did it stop price? How many times did it support price? That is the only line we're interested in. If a line does not support price, it may be considered irrelevant in our strategy. We want to see a line. Now you look at this line. If you ask, what has this line done for me? This line stop price here. So for those who put sell here, by using only this strategy alone, they sold off and they made some good profit. When price return again to this line, they decide to sell again. They sold and made profit again. When they returned to the line, they sold again. When they returned, they sold. They sold 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to call it ROS. ROS means resistance becomes support on break of structure. So So if the roof is broken, it will become a floor for demand impulse. And when we look critically, when this roof was broken, when the resistance structure was broken, it was a a bullish continuation. Price continued upswing as a result of the break of the resistance structure, which is a supply roof. So at the top, we have our supply roof. This is for this angle, supply, or we'll call it, okay, let's call it supply roof. This is our supply roof. So this is our supply roof. These are supply roof. So you got to see it the way it is. So here is a supply roof and also an RS. So we won't catch all the supply roofs. This is a supply roof. This is an RS where resistance becomes support on break of structure. And when the resistance structure was broken, what happened? It retested and continued moving. But first of all, when price returned, it respected the structure. After respecting the structure, price broke the structure and continued its bullish path. It respected the structure and continued its bullish path. It didn't look back, continued its bullish path. And when we look here, we can find a very strong price action that kept price from further slide. Let's just keep it for reference since this is for educational purpose. You can see here on 3 hours we have a very strong roof at this level. You can see here resistance structure, resistance structure, resistance structure. So look at here resistance structure. Let's put it down. This for educational purpose. So it may be it may be nasty, it may not be very clean, but for the purpose of reference to prove and vindicate us that market structure strategy is the only strategy in the market that can give you a win. There is no other strategy in the market that can give you a win other than this strategy. So when we look here, we have here support structure, break of the support structure, retest. Price moved, broke the structure. After retesting it, you can see a retest here. We have a retest at this level. Retest of a resistance structure, break of a resistance structure, price returns on demand. Here becomes a temporary demand floor, which I'm going to call, let's just put that SR. Support becomes resistance on break of structure. Support becomes resistance on break of structure. If we pair this support structure and this support structure here, it gives us what? A blue ascending trend line, which we hold responsible. We want to see its price action, what it does on 3 hours. So these are intraday scalping strategy where we follow market structure by structure, layer by layer, structure by structure, layer by layer until we get to the end. So price moved up and after we joined the blue line, direction changed. Price returned and tested the blue line and bought. There becomes our SR. So you begin to see price movement by the color code of the lines. So you see how price jumped from the black line to the blue line. Price action started changing and respecting it. And when price broke this support structure, it came here to retest it. So if you're a scalper, this strategy using structure gives you 30, 40 pip opportunity accurately and you jump out. 30, 40 pip, 50 pip, you jump out. So on technical, when price hits this after breaking the support structure, it becomes resistance, which I will call ROS. So let's call it ROS. It's messy, but it's for educational purpose, so don't bother. And that impulse came down, broke the support floor. It broke the support floor and came down to test another layer of support. And if you find here, we have two layers of support at this level. We have two layers of support. Layer one, layer two. Price will test different levels of support. If it breaks one, then it comes down to another one. If it tests one, the next time it's coming to be a break of the previous one. So what price did here was to break the previous support structure, take away the stop loss and come down to another level of support, which is this. After this, the next level of support is this. If price continue to come down, the next level of support is going to be here. The next level of support will be here. So let's stop it here since price didn't come here and focus on what happened. So when price came here, it became a foundation. Now price returned again on this level, respected it. But when it broke the first layer support, when it broke the first layer support, it became a foundation for final retest, which is the new demand floor for uptick. And the buyers used that foundation and left for good. They left for good. That energy, that energy left for good. After price moving up to respect the long-term supply roof, which we got from cloning our demand floor. We clone our demand floor to get two roof. Sometimes we clone our roof, we clone our supply roof to get a demand floor. So in this case, we clone our demand floor to get our supply roof. And it is accurate. Market is well calibrated. For every time you see buying and selling, there are people that already know where market will buy and where market will sell. It's a trade secret. So if you are listening to me, you bear in mind that you've had this before. There are people that know where market will buy and where market will sell. So we look up to find another angle where price has reacted. Here is the next second one, the black line. Look at the black line. We have here support structure, break of a support structure, retest 1, retest 2, retest 3, retest 4, break of a supply roof. As break of supply roof, I expect price to return back to this place. It's most likely price will return here if it breaks away from the blue ascending trend line. A breaker from the blue ascending trend line will see price return to this level to retest it. And in a more extreme case, you see price return to test here. So we'll look at our retest in by extremity. So if price breaks out from here, let us say price breaks out from here. Let's say price managed to break out from here. What's going on, man? So, so let's see. Don't know what's going on. What's going on here? Let me stop here.